Good morning, everybody. How are you? This is Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. It is Sunday, December 17th, 2023. So glad to be with you again today. I think it's been about a month. And for those of you who are new, this is a channel mostly about cross stitch and my quilting and whatever else I find myself into and some of my crazy life. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you coming back. And if you all like what you see, please subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications of when I post, and we can keep up with each other. That would be wonderful. All right, so I hope everybody's doing well. For those of you in the States, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope that if you celebrate Christmas, you are getting ready for that. Those of you who are celebrating Hanukkah, I hope you have the best of seasons. And if you are, a celebrator of anything else, best wishes. So it's foggy today. We are waiting for the big low pressure system to come up from Florida. It's going to be wicked rainy tomorrow, but you know what? We don't have to shovel it. So I'm okay with that. I can deal with the rain. Hasn't gotten cold enough to snow. We had like a squall go through and that was it, but nothing yet. We usually don't get our heavy snow till January, February, maybe into March. And it's one of those that the low has to track and the cold air has to track and it all has to mush together at the right place and then we get snow. So that hasn't happened yet. So anyway, school is going well as it can be. For those of you who are new, I am an 8th grade teacher. And it's that time of year where some days I wish we were just out of school. That's my cat opening the door. That we were just out of school between Thanksgiving and the first of the year because it's crowd control. And so anyway, they're not doing bad. They're not doing bad. They're a little squirrely, but they're not doing bad. So I am grateful for that. And then, there she is. Hi. And then we will get a little over a week, and then we go back on the 2nd. We get off this Wednesday, the 20th, at 12:30. So, but like I said, things are going well. I still have all my presents to wrap. I haven't bought anything for Christmas dinner. I haven't baked anything. I'm one of those last minute people. I can't. Trying to get through school, I can't. So, excuse me, there's the cat's butt. Nobody wants to see your butt. Everybody wants to see your pretty face. You want to say hi to everybody? Yes, you are. Say hello. Say hello, peoples. Yes, my peoples. All right. So I will go get the food and I will bake and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to freeze cookies. My mother wasn't a person that froze. We didn't have a freezer when my parents were together, and I never bothered to learn from my stepmother. So anybody has any hints, let me know. I'm sure it's a situation where you have to lay them out separately and let them freeze and then put them in bags, but anything you can share, I would greatly appreciate. Of course, the first thing I would have to do is plug the freezer back in. That would be good. All right, so let's go. We're going to talk about some progress. We're going to look at some haul because that's me, and we're going to take care of the shares we had from the last video. I just drew the names for that. And my plans, which, would totally go against the moniker of Disorderly Stitcher because I just stitch on the fly. So here we go. All right, so as I stated in my last video, I gave up on Whip Go because I was stressing out. I was feeling like I had to do it, and it wasn't sitting well with me. And I've also put myself under a deadline, and I know my friend would say, don't worry about it, but I'm worrying about it anyway. to get Lady of the Flag done. And of course, I did not pull the picture out. But if you know anything about Mirabilia, Lady of the Flag was published soon after 9/11. It has become a unicorn chart for many, many people. And a dear viewer loaned it to me. And I greatly appreciate that. And I am enjoying stitching on it. And there are days when I'd like to pull my hair out while I'm pulling out threads, but okay. But anyway, and it was originally charted where she's wearing a gold dress, and somewhere I found a blue conversion, and I loved it, and someone shared it with me, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I have a lot more blue in mine than the original. But I also bought myself a Kay's Creation stand, and if I think about it, I'll take a picture of it and put it here. And a Rolaframe. Now my Rolaframe is probably a little wide. I think I might have to get a narrower. That's why I don't teach English language arts. Narrower Rolaframe. But you know, this is new, so we're experimenting. So anyway, let me see if I can find a piece of paper to put behind it. Otherwise, you'll see straight through it. All right, so there she is. This needle minder was given to me by a dear friend at StitchCon. I greatly appreciate that. And notice the needle is sticking in here in the salvage instead of here because I don't want the cat to get into it. But anyway, this part right here, I swear I ripped it twice. And it was because I was one stitch off. Now all these empty spaces, if you've stuck around with me this long, you know that's where Krynic and beading goes. This is a big chunk of Krynic here. That's probably Krynic as well. I'm happy. I mean, she's going well. I'm steady, slow and steady wins the race. I'm not trying to win a prize for being first, but I'm happy. And doing this, it was not hard to get used to two-handed stitching. That was not the hard part. The hard part was trying to find the sweet spot for the frame to sit, and I'm still working on that with, I have the stand, and I have the Rolaframe, and I have my light, and I have this, and so trying to put it all together and get a sweet spot without cramping up my shoulders and my neck. That's where I am right now. So I am stitching it on 32 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. I'll hold it up again. And I had purchased this yard of Fox and Rabbit at StitchCon, or not StitchCon. Sorry, the cat's not happy. She wants outside, but she doesn't go outside. At Steel City Stitchers last March, and didn't know what I was going to do with it. And when I got this, I thought, that's it. So I would love to be able to do Queen of Freedom. She is sitting with the flag on her lap after this. Might have to give myself a rest between the two of them. So, to give you an idea of how hard it is to find copies of this chart, I have seen them sold on, or asked for on eBay, up to $450. I'm a person that believes if anybody will buy it for what they want. Okay. I've seen it anywhere from $250 to $450. So that's how much of a desire there is for this chart. I'm using DMC, and you can see how much blue I have because I'm doing the blue, doing the blue version. So there's that. Lots of blue. So they look a little raggedy, but when I do my floss drops, here, I'll show you one here because it's not that raggedy. I put an extra hole for my thread that I like. If I have a decent length of thread left, I'll put it in that little hole, and it's easier to keep track of. So there we go. That floss drop was from my dear friend Alicia at Fanciful Flamingo. Thank you, Alicia. All right, so that's my Lady of the Flag. What are you doing? You're going to get yourself in trouble. You know that? Me? Never. Save that one for last. All right. This is my temperature tree. Those of you that have been around, you know I do not have a picture of it because I did not print the cover picture. But you can go on to Etsy and search temperature chart, and numerous temperature charts will come up. I know Pam at Stitching in the Land of Good Enough is doing one that looks like a calendar, so every little block in that month's calendar block is, you know, the color of the high temperature. I've seen one with paw prints, I've seen one with birds, I've seen one with cats, I've seen one that's like a heart with little hearts. So whatever you choose to do. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm stitching it with DMC. Again, whoops, complete with lint. Okay, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And so when at least when I got this one, it came with numerous different temperature ranges. So like if you're in a very hot, you know, climate, if you're in a tropical, if you're in temperate, if you're in a cold. So being in Pennsylvania, we're sort of stuck in the middle of everything. So there's my range. All right. And when I started this, I just grabbed a piece of 14 count Aida that I purchased it. It was on sale at Hobby Lobby, and one of the tubes, it's a DMC, and just started stitching. Let me get a board. If I'm not careful, I'm going to have an avalanche. So anyway, we are starting to cool down. The tree is ready. I have not done anything in December yet. So here's November. And you can see we're starting to cool down. Had a little bit of a chilly one right there. So this will be December. I'm debating whether or not I want to put somewhere, I'd have to find it, put like the temperature ranges. I don't know. I know I want to put the year 2023 down here under the trunk, but I don't know. So anyway, you know, that to me that fits our weather. But last winter was not that cold. You can see, like in February we had these warm days. That was crazy. We had one really cold day. So I think yesterday it was like 55 degrees, which is, I guess, moderate for now, but I don't know. But like you look up in September and we were up in the 90s. Like one of those days I think was close to 99. So if you want to know what the weather's going to be, look out the window and just wait long enough and it'll change, right? So that's my temperature tree. I'm really happy with it. I've enjoyed it. I tried very hard to get the trunk done, and then I could just work on the leaves like twice a month, so I do it in the middle of the month, which I should probably do today, and then at the end of the month, and then I'll frame that one and hang it up. Whoops, avalanche. I'm going to do another one. I just haven't figured out what. Okay. Didn't take this one out of the frame because I've been working on it. I just grabbed it out of my basket of project bags. So this is the Plant of Rabbit. Liberty is a plant of rapid growth by Heartstring Samplery. Me being a history teacher, you know, these draw my attention. And I had originally said, hey, let's have a stitch along, but mine are more like start alongs. The called for threads are mostly Gentle Arts Color Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works. Well, I decided I wanted to use some of my color and cotton stash, so I pulled colors that I thought would work. So there they are. And I have it on this pretty floss bling that I made. See what I mean? I told you I'd find things and I want to try them. Don't know if you can see the picture. So that's there. Like I said, I did not take it out of the hoop because it's probably one I'm going to work on today. I haven't decided yet. But I'll move the needle minder. I'm really not that far in, but there it is. Now, Beth, I think it's Beth Twist. I'm not sure. Yes. She has her initials, like she has a B here, and then on the other side there's a T. I'm not sure if I'm going to put N right here and B on the other side. I haven't decided yet. And of course there is a mistake. One of these leaves is in the wrong place. This one over here. It's one stitch too high. It should have been coming off of here instead of here, so I had to do some adjusting here. But you know what? I'm okay with that. If you can figure it out and fudge it and not mess with it too much, go for it. So I stopped right here because this is the bottom of the page. I have to do the white or whatever it is around this flower. There's some other things down here that have to be done, and then I'll be done with the first page. I'm really enjoying it. This parchment, there's parchment in there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm using the Gentle Arts parchment, and it was originally supposed to be, or a parchment, Weeks Dye Works parchment or something, was supposed to be the eagle's head. I ripped that out and I made his head a lighter white. It's not the same white as this. This is grits. And this is, what is that? White sand, maybe? I don't know. No, it's, I have no idea. I think it's white sand. So, from Color and Cotton. But I like it. I'm enjoying it. So I am hoping that if I work enough on this, and it's not that it's I don't want to say it's a fast stitch, it's an easy stitch, but it would be nice to get it done next year. But like I said, I'm not planning anything, because as soon as I plan something, then something happens. So that's that one. The last one I'm going to show you that I worked on, I started at the Jingle Ball. Now I am sure that if you've been watching anyone, that you've already heard about the Jingle Ball. The Jingle Ball is run by Stephanie at Lindy Stitches, and it was phenomenal. If you have the chance to go next year, it's only $10 for a ticket to get in, and you have access to meet and greets with the designers. You can enter different stitchy rooms and talk to people, or you just sit and stitch. I know that quite a few have created lasting friendships at the Jingle Ball. Some people, you know, they're so grateful for this because otherwise they stitch and sit alone, so they arrange Zoom meetups or FaceTimes or something. So it was a lot of fun. And so I decided to work on Dasher and Dancer by Hobby House. The nice thing about monochromatic stitches is that you don't have to spend a lot of time snipping and re-threading and all those good things. So don't ask me what I'm doing this on because I can't remember. Oh, wait. Oh, I have it. So I took a cue from Tiger Lily and I made my own project cards. So hers are a little different, but you know, I have my logo up there and project card, and then I have all my information there. So I'm doing it on 40 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And it has the start date and, you know, the designer and all that good stuff. And then on the back, I have what flosses I've used and any other notes that I want to write down. So I said started December 1st, Jingle Ball 2023. Now, I decided, I couldn't decide between a red, a blue, or a green. So I decided to stick with the called for red, which is more of a rusty red. It's mulberry. And, but I'm going to do the tree in green. So, and the mulberry is like DMC 221. If you're familiar with that, that's the red that the Prairie Schooler calls for their Santas. And the tree is going to be Forest Glade. And this is all Gentle Arts. So, I'm surprised I did as well as I did at the Jingle Ball. Whoop. Sorry about that. So I got about half of the uppercase alphabet done. This is one of those nice borders that once you get the rhythm, it goes very quickly. So, yeah, I was having fun. And it's my first 40 count. And I was kind of worried about it. I was having to play with magnification and, you know, what could I wear magnifiers clipped onto my glasses. Well, the problem with that is that I couldn't get them in the right place. And then I couldn't see. So I used my little, you know, travel daylight and I could see and everything was fine. And yeah. So that's what I've been working on. Put that away. So what else is new? Well, I found some freebies. So let me rearrange here a little bit. Get the freebies out. Show you the freebies. Freebies is good. Free is like the best four-letter word, right? Free. Free is free. I know I have another one in here somewhere. If I find it, I'll show you. So anyway, freebies. So this one came from Heart and Hand. And it's Do What You Love, Stitch. So I'm sure if you go to Heart and Hand, you will find it. I thought that was cute. That would make a cute ornament. These are from Shannon Christine. Shannon Christine is Aaron Elizabeth, is Aaron up in Canada. I can't remember, but I'll put it down below. Anyway, they do the most incredible color blending on their charts. But Shannon Christine has a Facebook group, and I will put the link down below. And so these popped up, and I'm going to try not to show you the charts, but they're little Christmassy things. So there's a cupcake, Christmas cupcake with a gingerbread man. And it looks like it's charted all in DMC. And here is a gingerbread mug of hot cocoa. I'm guessing that's hot cocoa. She has a new block, new Stitch of the Month, their mugs, and you can sign up for it at her website, and every month you get a chart. I think it's like $8 a month, and I was part of her monthly thing last year and did absolutely nothing on it, so I have them saved. This is just a Santa. These would also make nice little perforated paper stitches. And then I have another, it's another mug with, I'm guessing that's a tree sticking out of it, and a peppermint stick. So yeah, go to Shannon Christine, join the Facebook group, and you can get a hold of those freebies. Alright, so what have I purchased? What haven't I purchased? I can't remember what I've showed you, so we're just going to go with it. I think I showed you that. This I did not show you. I purchased this. This is from the Scarlet House. It's Emma Mills 1839, and I thought, you know what, this is a cute little sampler. It won't take that long. It's charted in Gentle Arts, and in fact, to tell you how old it is, it still says Crescent Colors, which is Classic Colorworks. So there's 4 Gentle Arts and 1 Weeks and 1 Classic Colorworks, and I went in and found a chart to convert those to DMC, so who knows, maybe it'll just be DMC. But I thought that was cute. Purchased that from the Stash Unload group on Facebook. Put that back in the plastic because I can. There's my other freebie. Alright, so here's the other freebie I found. This was from the Scarlet House. This was a freebie. Isn't he cute? I mean, you could just pull out the snowman and do him. Make him a little ornament. If you did this over 1, maybe you could make it an ornament. It does not, well, it does say it's about 80 by 82. So, I mean, if you did it over 1 on something, that would be nice. But anyway, like I said, that's another freebie from the Scarlet House. I purchased some charts from my friend Chris, the camping stitcher. She just came out with Winter at the Barn. I love that blue barn. And the cardinals, they're awesome. Because cardinals are my favorite because they're red. That barn is stitched with 930, 931, and 932, and probably 3752, and the 930s are exactly what I'm using in Lady of the Flag. So anyway, there's Winter at the Barn, and I purchased, I think this is the only thing I have in this stack. Yeah. I purchased Christmas at the Barn. Love it. I love the quilt blocks on the side of the roof. That one, the barn is stitched in 498 Christmas Red Dark. Love it. And I purchased Autumn at the Barn. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those. Thank you, Chris. I also purchased a couple of owls from Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. She developed a set of, I don't know if it's 6 or 8 owls around Halloween and named them all after British prime ministers. So I went in and I purchased the ladies. Now, the first one, Liz, is only available until tomorrow. And the reason is because she made Liz available for 44 days, which was how long Liz, I don't remember her last name, the Prime Minister was in office. So, voted in, voted out. So I bought Liz. And then I also bought Margaret. So I bought the ladies. She has a new set out. They are for Christmas. Um, they're cute. They're unbelievable. So if you like owls, go for it. I purchased this from Etsy and I printed it yesterday. It's the Be Kind sampler by Stacy Nash. I know that Christy, in fact, I think both of the Floss Boss and cousins were working on this one. I think these are dogwood. I'm not sure. But anyway, I would love to have a dogwood tree, but I kill plants. So, the called for are all week dye works. So, and it's stitched on Weeks Dye Works Cocoa linen, 35 count, but you could probably do it on anything you wanted. So there's that. I purchased from Annabella's. I thought this one was cute. It would make a cute ornament if you stitched it small enough. It's Christmas Cross Stitch Barn. I love barns. I don't know why. Maybe it's the quilt block on the barn quilt on the roof, but I don't know why. This one is 90 by 83. So again, I mean, it's not that big, right? They have it done on 28 count. I purchased the first of Cottage Garden Sampling's new series, the Fabulous Houses. The first one is Santa's House. I know quite a few people are doing this, and I think there might even be a sale out there for this one. I love the variegation in the house. It's DMC 221. So there you go. Yeah, this is 120 square. It's stitched on prehistoric linen by Fox and Rabbit. So if you did it on 40 count, it's 6 by 6. Could you do that over one? I don't know. I think you'd lose the design. Probably, because there's a lot of detail in that house. Anyway, jumped on that one. I also purchased Annabella's Merry Christmas. I just thought that was sweet. Very simple. Has 4 classic colorworks and 2 DMC. This was stitched on a 14 count. It's 70 by 100, but I'd probably stitch it on something like linen, some linen. I'm not a big Ada stitcher. I don't mind stitching on it, but I'm not a big Ada stitcher. I purchased 2 Plum Streets. I purchased Winter Blessing. This is one of her new ones. And this was one of her, I believe, one of her, I'm not going to say that. I thought it was a release from a retreat, but I'm not going to say that. Anyway, it's the New World Sampler. Again, being the history nerd that I am. So I'll be working on that. That blue, I'm going to guess that's Chesapeake. It's a lot of blue. It was stitched on hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit, 36 count. Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, DMC. Love it. I also, oh, we're never done. I ordered, did I show this to you? The Light of Winter. I don't know. New Brenda Gervais. I know quite a few people have purchased this one. Some have started it. Love that brick house. And Oh, this was my fabric of the month from Gowron Stitching. It's a piece of 40 count elephant run fox and rabbit. It's a very, very, very dark gray. And this was my fabric of the month from Be Stitch Me. It's macchiato. I haven't taken it out of the bag, but it's a really nice brown. Nice modeling. I got my fabric of the month from Color and Cotton. It's Sugar Cookie. I love this. This could be one of those like vintage country mocha that you turn to all the time. And I also got my threads. I have not taken them out of the bags yet, but they're all fairy tale themed. So we have Happily Ever After, Toadstool, Sherwood Forest, all of that. So blues and pinks and greens and grays, and more blues and pinks and greens and grays, and the white, I don't know what that is, and then the deeper colors, which is the primitive neutrals. So I get 10 skeins in the all colors, and I get 5 skeins in the primitive neutrals. I love this. The variegation is awesome, and I'm going to continue with this club. I also, last year there was an exclusive box from Hands Across the Sea, and I don't remember what it was called, but anyway, they were all red samplers. And somebody was selling 3 of them on the stash and loading group. So I jumped on them because you know me in red. And I am not going to try to pronounce these names, but you know, you get into it, and with one color, it's not going to take that long. So I got that one. And I got that one. I guess I could pronounce that one. Gertrude Bondi, 1908. And I got Brigida Vazzoli, 1871. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to those because they're just red. I love red. And finally, I am a member of the Sampler Guild of the Rockies. Anyone can join. You know, obviously I don't live near the Rockies. I've only ever seen the Rockies from flying over top of them. But they had a auction, and they, you know, you could view what was there, and they had a lot of, not a lot, but a lot, a auction lot, a group of Blackbird designs. And excuse me, I'm gonna fix my chair. One of the designs was Winter Wonderland, and I have seen Winter Wonderland. I know Becca from Sambry Stitches is doing it, and I fell in love with it. And it's one of those that's out of print, and finding it is difficult, or finding it and it's not an exorbitant price is difficult. So anyway, Winter Wonderland was part of this group, and I thought, okay, I'll give them a bid, and we'll go from there. So lo and behold, I won. So there's Winter Wonderland. Can't wait. I don't know why, maybe it's the red. But I also got Peacock Pin Keep. And the Simple Things. Lots of green. I wonder what that green is, what those leaves are. Peacoat? No, that's blue. Or black. I don't know, guacamole? So yeah, Simple Things. And it's berry time, so here's another red one. Classic Color Works Wild Berries, or DMC 3722. You need 4 skeins. And apparently there's 2 projects, so there we go. Maybe the berry's the other project. And finally, Summer Basket, Band Sampler and Thread Keep. So, you know, I thought for what some people are asking for Winter Wonderland, I was able to get all 5 of those. So I was pumped. Oh, and I also bought this fabric from my friend Sharon at Daisy Cottage Stitching, her D-stash, and it's red. And I'm going to make a couple project bags out of it, I don't know. But it's got the hexies and the bees. So, there we go. So, what else is new? Not much. Santa came early this year. Well, we have a lazy boy chair. And my husband's great-grandfather bought it for us as a wedding present 37 years ago. Now, he and his great-grandfather were close. His great-grandfather fought in World War I. In fact, my husband has his uniform and his helmet and his gas mask and his leg wrappings and part of his mess kit and things like that. And so he gave us this chair, and the last couple of years I'm like, we need to replace it, we need to replace it, we need to replace it. And so finally I got him to go pick out a chair. So he'll be getting that for Christmas. He didn't want the electric, he didn't need all the fancy stuff, so they have to build it. But anyway, that's his Christmas present. And he insisted I get a tablet. Now, I went to the Apple side because many friends of mine, including one of the tech people at school, said, if you want to use it for crafting, go Apple. So it's going to be a learning curve. I have a case on order, and you can guess what color it is. But anyway, it's different. I'm like, if you're going to go big, go big or go home. So I did get the Pro. So I'm learning. The one thing I liked was that I was able to take all my apps, or most of my apps, from my Google Pixel phone and move them over without any fuss. It was kind of funny. I was trying to download a couple of apps and then they wouldn't download, and then I was playing around. I'm like, oh, look at that. They still have my information, my credit card information from 6 years ago when I had my iPod up and running a lot, and that card expired 6 years ago. So yeah, so I think once I put my new card in, they were happy and I could download some free apps. But I did download GoodNotes. I don't know if it's the correct GoodNotes that I downloaded. I'm going to have to pick Kathy's brain from Two Needles Pulling Thread. I also downloaded Markup XP, and I downloaded Xstitch Plus to inventory my charts and threads. That's on my list, is to do that. So when I have time, when I retire, when I whatever. So yeah. But anyway, so I'm learning how to use that. Eventually I would like to use this for making my videos, because I know that iMovie's on here and you can edit in iMovie on the iPad, and so I need to learn how to do that. So other than that, I haven't done any major quilting. I started working on another wall hanging, but I don't have it all done. It's in pieces, so as soon as I get that done, I will show you. I think that's it, except for the shares. So I had quite a lot of shares last time, and I drew the names with the random comment picker. And some of these charts were in my stepmother's stash, and some of these were donated by a friend of mine. She and her husband are the Old Man and the Bee. And yeah, so here we go. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is Spring. It is a lavender and lace. It was my stepmother's, so that's why it's opened. And the random comment picker picked I'll Be Stitching 8839. That's your YouTube name. And then I had 2 copies of Lavender and Lace Peace. And the first one goes to Marcia Clifford 7107. Congratulations. And the second copy goes to, so there it is. Second copy goes to At Fifth Daughter. I think that's Jen. Jen, is that you? All right, so there we go. The next one is a Butternut Road. It's a Celtic banner stitch. And the receiver of this one is Stitching with All the Cats. I love that YouTube name. I'm curious how many cats you have. I have 1. I would love to get another one. But that's not going to happen until I retire, because I don't want to come home and find my house all ripped up. So there we go. So here, those are all the ones from my stepmother's stash. So the next ones are from The Old Man and the Bee. So this is one that was not claimed from a couple of videos ago, so I decided to draw again. This is the Celtic Cat, and it goes to Emmy Rose 22A. Emmy Rose 22A. And then this is Caroline Dawson Sampler. This one goes to Roxanne Green 5722. And the last one is the Frock Tour, Marriage Frock Tour, from The Old Man and the Bee, and it goes to Liz Florum 6021. So again, this one goes to Liz Florum 6021. We have Roxanne Green 5722 for the Caroline Dawson sampler. We have Emmy Rose 22A for Celtic Cat. The Butternut Road Celtic banner goes to Stitching with All the Cats. The Peace, Lavender Lace Peace, what are they calling them? World of Peace Angel. First one goes to Fifth Daughter. And the next one goes to Marcia Clifford 7107. And the last one is the Spring Angel. I'm not sure if it's an angel, but anyway, Spring Angel goes to I'll Be Stitching 8839. So if all of you would please contact me at the address below, it's disorderlystitcher@gmail.com, with your address information. Please make sure you're over 18 so that I can ask for your address. Please don't, say winner or anything like that, because we don't want trolls, following us. So let me know, and I will get these out to you ASAP. Probably I'll do my best to get them out before the holiday, but I'm not going to promise anything. If not before, soon after, because we do have that week off. I do not have a share today, so there's my grandson peeking. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Stitch all the things you love. Enjoy what you do, and keep your stitches crossed. Take care. Bye-bye.